But what happens on Vertigo?
No one really knows, man. Like, Gen.G have played and picked Vertigo in their last 2 or 3 series, but then their very last series, they banned it, and they have a 20% win rate on it. EG have a 50% win rate, I think, but haven't played it in their last, like, 8 or so series, and the last 2 times they did play, they lost both. So it's not looking good for either team. I don't think there's a way both of them can lose the map, though, so at least we'll have a victor at the end of it.
Oh, the old nade lineup. That one's gonna dunk down the bomb planter. Supposed to kill him, but seems like it just missed the mark ever so slightly. Saw him on 1/5 of his health. Good old 10-man retake. Oh, Bentet, he just gets launched forward. Whoa, Gen.G, they're not even trying to sit back here. They're looking to throw themselves into the retake attempt, and so far, so good. Bentet trying to charge around the smoke as it fades. He's just killing everyone. His gun runs out. Breeze dies. Daps is up. Gen.G win the round. What the hell just happened?
A lot of close misses. I mean, they shot their shot, but they were just slightly off every time, just a few millimeters off the mark, yeah, it doesn't work out. The corner of the smoke thing.
Who run boosts into the retake like that, though?
I don't know.
What was that?
I actually missed it, so I'm not even sure what you're talking about. Who it was? Someone from EG. They ran boost. Through the smoke. Oh yeah, wow.
Like, how classic is it for T's in a post plant on the A site to just like sit back and spam through a smoke if maybe somebody defuses the bomb?
Yeah.
But Gen.G legitimately, as they had their post plant and flank was clear, just decided to stand on each other's heads and throw a player past these orange boxes into the elevator room.
Well, at least if they lose, they'll have fun doing it.
That was a fair point. And it also worked, so maybe I shouldn't be so upset by it. We're going to get the trade frags over by the A site. Bentet and Som with a kill each off the Galils. This one's converted. 2-0 start.
Maybe better a Glock than a USP, if there's any argument for it.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah,
there's
maybe
also
Gen.G.
the whole element of surprise.
I do think that even though Gen.G are sporting a lot, like recent losses, and then they've also, even though when they've picked it, and then like they're 1 for 3 on their last matches on Vertigo, I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to be happier about seeing Vertigo than Evil Geniuses, who have just been outright avoiding it completely in their last all of their games. And so I think for Gen.G, they're like, well, if we have to play it, at least we know we put in tons of work on this, and there's probably a way that we can win. And we have a game plan we've talked a lot about, and it's not one of our pick anymore, but it's still clearly a map that they just have a lot of protocols on. So I think, if anything, you're gonna feel probably good about Gen.G when we look at past matches specifically, but certainly neither team are particularly emphatic about being on this map. Eco again for Evil Geniuses. The evilest of the geniuses. Out to A. Full on A. To be met with 4 going towards A.
I think Gen.G will also be pretty content about starting on the T side, where they can just kind of set their own game, play what they expect to, and make quick work of rounds like that. Evil Geniuses, just pistols, all chucked to the wayside. But what we've seen across this series has been strong T-side starts in both the first 2 maps. So why wouldn't we get a third?
I do hate the meta of just from a purely aesthetic perspective of watching the post plants with the spams through smoke. So if they want to push it and just try to get all the kills while they get their bomb down, I'm down for it. Bullets are my utility. Breeze put up 113 ADR on Inferno and did so with only 3 utility damage. Well, one stat is really bad, one stat is really good, and they won the map, so I think that cancels out the utility damage. I think overall, Breeze, work on your nades.
If you had to guess, you think it was a frag or a Molotov?
I don't think a Molotov can do 3 damage.
That's a good. What is a single tick of Molotov damage?
Yeah,
8?
8 maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you
I should have thought about that before I asked you.
Hit with 3 Molotov bottles or something. I don't know.
3 damage, all by flashbang. One can only hope. All right, we've got Evil Geniuses in with their buy. Time to give us something to talk about. So far, it's been Gen.G playing their game. Daps already just running over top of the Opper in Cirque. He drive-bys Breeze We were supposed to have something to talk about, and instead, this one is falling apart. Automatic, while Daps used the construction to get over towards the B site, actually decides to split through elevator, and that's why he's contesting what was supposed to be a 3-man save on A. You saw EG immediately give up this round, and it may even cost them more guns.
I've got a bit of a talking point. You know, if the CTs are not going to play mid on current Vertigo, then they're always going to be susceptible to B hits, specifically those ones. We see where the CTs died. They had absolutely no idea that Heaven could be aggressed upon, and there was not even a mid player on the A side site that could stop that presence. So from here on out, 100%, they had to be spotting it at the very minimum. And also, they might benefit if Gen.G are going to hard press it to put a couple more players watching mid while saving player through the yellow tarp. But look at this. I mean, you know, Cirque, how is he supposed to stop this? Even if he gets a kill, this round's over.
Right. I agree. Without 100% certainty, but having just looked at, you know, like as you said, like the most recent 8 series or something, EG haven't touched this. I'm almost willing to bet this is their first official on the new reworked Vertigo.
That might be true. Yeah. If you get a fact check on that, that's a good pistol push here by Ethan. They rush all of the A pressure.
Gonna get traded. Bentet and Automatic. Those are the 2 names to come out on top. Automatic with the Tech 9. Just coming out of the smoke like a hero. He's gonna follow up more damage, but Som gets that frag, and it was the quick clash EG wanted. Started to look great. Even damage versus what remains in Som and Automatic. Bakusta clears out the B site. He's gonna call. They could come join him. And if they're not cautious, Breeze is gonna have something to say.
Well, it always puts a bitter taste in the mouth to see the first round be won via eco. So I think that's kind of nice that Automatic is there to frag out. It'll be cool to see how he works, Vertigo, because he is an intuitively good player. He is a star player. He's got a nice balance. But on the analytical side, he definitely does watch a ton of demos compared to a lot of other pros. And I know that for OpStyle specifically, he's going to focus on game tape to improve. And on Vertigo is one of the most interesting ones to look at from that angle because there are so many operas you can copy and paste, but the differences are in the nuance, how you peak that A ramp.
Right, and that's something that we actually haven't seen from the Opera of Evil Geniuses. Cirque is instead playing towards middle and here on B. Kusta, not going to stop for anybody. Cirque, instead, tasked with picking up the pieces here. Now, he does drop that bomb, so the play starts to slow down, and his teammates rotate over. Nice. Quick adjustment there versus Daps. Cirque looking for a little bit more. He's got 2 bodies pinned behind the orange box. Automatic and Bentet combine. And that should be a crime. Bentet's second headshot's nasty, but he falls to Ethan in the end. Evil Geniuses. It costs them 4 players. But hell, they're on the board.
They really needed one more smoke there. They absolutely did not need to get offed by Cirque. If they dropped a smoke on the left side of site or a Molotov on the side of generator, Cirque wouldn't have had a duel. I think Cirque's movement was very good in terms of just being able to stay alive and pick these fights that were open. So good on him. And that was definitely a bit of a whiff shot there by Tarek, but fantastic 2K by Bentet nonetheless. I think it was fair, you know, to say like, okay, he should be traded. So for him to not win the 1v3 makes a lot of sense. And Kusta dancing with death here, not afraid.
Out here in the world, whoa, maybe you should be scared. Ethan, again, an aggressive stance here from the counter terrorist, so throwing themselves into the face of adversity on ramp. And it is working well. Didn't so much last time because Automatic was able to charge through with the sidearm. But here in round 7, it goes perfectly. Only Daps left over. Tarek doesn't realize he's actually moved by. It's ring around the...
Ring around the box, yeah. Okay. EG, the great aggressive A setup to work against Gen.G. They wanted to keep the pace high. A's been shut down, and in very convincing fashion. This HE has a lot of impact. These spam through the smokes are perfect. They're holding a lot of safe angles. Ethan's the only one kind of out in the open behind the tarp, but he's doing just fine on that spot. It's very common for people to play there. So now they've established that. What do Gen.G want to do? It looks like they want to take the fight again. And Evil Geniuses are expecting more mid control. Look how aggressively they're pushing up here. There's not a single target on the other side.
But they're fighting it as if there's like a 500-man army.
Yeah, they're shadow boxing for their upcoming match.
And then the smokes fade and they realize they've been fooled. There was never a threat. It's all in their heads. Oop. Happens to the best of us. Sometimes you just gotta put a little gusto on it.
I didn't get great marks in physics either.
I never even bothered taking the class.
Can't lose if you don't try.
Stan's doubling back towards top mid. I like this. CTs, they're trying to find contact. They're looking for that information, but Cirque, he doesn't get the kill versus Kusta right away. Kusta, whoa! Hey now, Sailor. Settle down. Not everybody gets punished for that one, but it's still quite deadly over towards this A site. Look at the damage starting to stack up here against the T's. Tarek, he's going to go ahead and jump and stop Bomb Plant, throwing himself into the chaos, into the bedlam, into the mayhem. Daps back with one, Kusta, all that's left over, and he's going to get caught trying to flank around spawn. So EG, 3 in a row.
Maybe not playing A is the way to go. They were able to just kind of leave it open for the pressure with just 1 or 2 smokes to at least feign presence. That baited out tons of utility. It got some utility response. We really had to have that in slow-mo, eh? Because every other kill was pretty just messy. Just a messy spam through, off the corner of a smoke. Yeah, but... Yeah, Gen.G's follow-through wasn't great once, like, A site was... Maybe they really want the fights to come down on the A site because they're not so comfortable once they get up to the site. Real Furious style.
Third shot's the charm. Automatic looking for another one with the Deagle, but unfortunately for Som, he's the player that gets cut down in the end. Here towards mid, Daps can't trade it. Breeze, patient. A far thinner quad than what we used to have.
Whoa.
Still uses it well.
Been a blazing fast pace here for Gen.G. Whether it's the mid control, the B splits, up the A ramp. They do a good job of pausing within the rounds, but yeah, the follow through looks a little bit weak on the A site, and it seems like evil geniuses have found their footing on B as well. At least a little bit more. I think there's still some hope for Gen.G when it comes to the B site. What do you think?
I think there is. I think that they were coming into this matchup with a game plan that focused on A, and I feel like they're starting to hit that wall where now they need to change directions. What more can I do? Kusta had a 4K and 2 triple kills on Inferno.
He has been amazing. If they win this match, I mean, honestly, I think he would probably be my man of the match.
Yeah.
If they win, probably. Yeah. You brought up Daps. But I think he was like startlingly good for Daps on that first map. But even on Train, Kusta was, even on Train, Kusta's clutch was, his clutch potential in the series is extraordinary. He's looking so much smarter than everyone.
I can't do that. Don't look
scary,
down.
right? Yeah.
Please,
actual Vertigo.
Please, observer, let's not watch those lineups. Thank you. Actually, they are very crucial. They set up some of these smokes over towards the ramp. Breeze, good for just the one. Kusta's able to trade him, so not only throwing utility to the opposite side of the map, but then charging into B. As you said, there is room to work the B site, and that is exactly what they're trying here. Now, last time they walked into Cirque's off, Som, lucky to be alive. He just gets his intestines hit up by the M4, and yet still he's somehow standing. Kusta's going to take further damage. There is smoke all over the place. Stanislaw dropping down a level, waiting for this to fade and hoping to clothesline Bentet. He sees his head just over the tip of the box. Now it is the 3v3, low HP all over the place and not very much cover to work with, but Kusta doesn't seem to matter. He takes to the high side of the box, drive by from Stan. That's going to be his second kill in the round. Or no, just the first. He helped with the player on the box. It was Ethan who killed Bentet, and it was Gen.G who win this round.
Yeah, Kusta mad nice with it, but there was, lots of other... Wait, Kusta, he got 3 kills this round. Wow.
Big one.
Yes, super sick. Yeah, super sick by him.
Just as we brought up his multi-kills.
Right. Yeah, it's another multi-kill to pad onto that stat, and that, he's the big opening one. Automatic used as kind of a meat shield for him to be able to get that kill and kill Breeze, who you really do want to kill Breeze before you get the bomb down these days. And they don't even worry about mid. Connor's scared right now.
I'm just looking away. I'm not even. Nope, not gonna do it. Som, he's gonna run right through the yellow tarp, trying to trade frag efficiently to the A site, and oh, have they ever! This was a gun round, but it seems to be coming to a close quicker than an eco would. Cirque, how are you alive? No, he's not. Problem solved. Breeze on the flank 1v3, but Bentet made the difference this time. He picks up a multi-frag as well. If it's not Kusta, it's Bentet. If it's neither of them, it's Som.
I think they just released the torrential downpour of players up the A ramp and just hope that the kills come out. And I think Ethan was the main component that stopped the push for EG. Ethan absent this round meant that they were just allowed to have free reign, and it just allowed the trades to come up. See where Automatic is right now? That's the position that allows the trades to come up on the ramp, because as CTs try to peel back, they have no good spots to stand. And yeah, Tarek's got a fight there, but he's wide out in the open, and they know he's there. He can also be picked from the lower ramp as well as that tarp, so the options open up dramatically, and it feels like Gen.G are apathetic towards trying to play every outcome surface.
Okay,
like,
now it's on
how
purpose.
do I make this work worse for Connor? I like that. I like this observer.
Oh, Som, hide, my friend. He's trying to duck back behind the pistols. He was allowing Kusta to trade frag, and it worked out really well. But I think you were dead on there. Last round where Bentet denies Ethan right away. Without Ethan, it's really hard to keep the rest of these T's off of that yellow tarp. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the round after Gen.G go for the 5-man B hit, that they just change right back to what they tried to start this half with and bombard through it.
Mr. Cameraman, can you just like fall directly off the map this round if Kusta goes to line up his grenades?
You're sick and twisted.
Oh, he didn't do it.
Yeah,
He
careful.
held it. Yeah, wow.
There you go.
That's why
Stuck,
I was
eh?
waiting for that payoff. We all got baited.
A little attacked, but I'm okay with it. I can be the butt end of
Coordinated
the joke.
attack. Like
It
any
is,
good
yeah.
side.
Multiple fronts here. Seems like mid is what Gen.G want, but they're falling into Cirque. And Cirque can very well be the difference maker for evil geniuses. It seems this round he shuts down the first two to round the corners, and he welcomes more in. But they could boost here. Oh, what's going on? Aha! Cheeky. Oh, he saw it, and yet it's still not enough. All right, add that one to the playbook. When I said they were going to boost, I figured the typical over the wood in mid, try to take that fight, but I like that that's more of a counter pick option to deal with players on this new construction spot. Great flashbang, well-timed, whether they know it or not. Gen.G just on the other side of this smoke, and Daps is creeping up from the A site. Stanislaw has somebody walk right into his screen, and now Daps is all that remains. He's going to sprint for the A site to plant, and he actually finds it open. So sure enough, a little bit of money. And how about you hit him with the Daps? Ah, close. Not really. Doesn't even get one. Ethan trades it, and that's a 5th for EG.
Yeah, it was. Maybe they could have been the lineup mow down. Maybe. Yeah. Get on his John Deere and just mow him down, but it didn't happen. So it's a round where the mid rotates are very nice. Obviously, Cirque gets one, but they already are in a good position when he gets the second. And then, even though he dies on the boost, they've got the 3 rotates to mid. They've got the information at mid, most importantly. And Gen.G don't really have a way out. There's always these weird smoke fights that keep happening. It's like Tarek versus Bentet, Bentet versus Stanislaw. Like, this map is so random sometimes.
It's definitely exciting. Oh, this is the worst. Okay, PSA. Change that. All right.
Yeah,
we've had the discussion on the B bomb site and all the changes, and I mean, I feel like it is just inevitable that Valve is going to rework the A site. You get rid of that near impenetrable piece of metal. Mm-hmm. It's made of granite or something, man. Can't stand it. Rant
very
over.
fair. Yeah. No, say it louder for the people in the back. I think that's a very good criticism. Just like they know where each other are. They're so close together.
You
There's
can
no way a
literally
fight should
see
take
each
that
other.
long. Yeah.
You're looking each other in the eye.
Yeah.
Just
No,
like
it's
Tarek.
intimate. It's an intimate
Yeah.
situation.
Maybe that's why I struggle with it.
Level of human interaction is why we're in esports. It's just too off-putting.
Man disadvantage. Daps setting some utility over towards the B site. This is, of course, a ruse. Kusta's going to come in mid. This is a very spread out offense, or at least what's left of one. But I feel like they're trying to do what Daps did last round, where he's able to cheek in a bomb plant. Not going to happen. Poor Som's caught, as Daps is the last man up. 20 seconds on the clock. Don't want to die after time. Cirque's still here. Take that op out of his hands. At least rack up the cost here as we get to the closing few rounds of this one. Yeah.
Let's see Cirque's POV on that. That was a really sick flick for sure. I was going to say, poor Cirque, he's been holding a lot of angles or looking in the right spots, and as soon as he turns, he's just getting caught off guard by these really good timings. But oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So this half is a bit weird for me. I can't really tell. It doesn't really seem like Gen.G are playing all that well. You know, they're certain style they're getting away with on some of these rounds. It's not like they don't deserve rounds, but, you know, some of EG's adjustments have been good. The early game, they seemed a bit uninspired, but now they're figuring it out. I think the scoreline tells the story very adequately this time around.
Yeah, I think you're dead on the money. Some of these rounds look great from Gen.G. They just cut through the A site like a hot knife. And then other moments, questionable adjustments. So it has been a very close affair, and that is exactly why we're nearly tied. I agree with everything you said.
Thanks.
And now we'll have to see if EG can keep it within one. Aha! Great opening kill for Ethan. Just catches the side of Kusta, finds the timing before the reload. Damn, Ethan. Doing him dirty. They didn't even have a chance to shoot back at you. Cirque with an op shot. That's going to inspire Tarek. He's going to go sprinting in, deny the plant, and take us there. A 7-8 scoreline as EG switch over to the T side. Keep it dialed to DreamHack CS, as we'll be back after the break.
All alone in the dark, never been so scared. I'm tired of feeling afraid to say what's on my mind. So ashamed of things that need revealing.
I have a question for the audience. What scares you more? Is it open water or is it height? We had a very emphatic discussion about this during the break. We want to know what scares you more. We're talking about vertigo. Connor can genuinely not look off this building because of his fear of vertigo. And I'm more scared of open water. What side do you stand on? That's what we want to know.
And to anybody who says that neither bothers them, I know you're lying.
Yeah, you can go on the internet and lie.
Nope,
we get
those
you.
people don't exist. They'd be freaks. Just like some of the talent we have seen out of these 10 players across this series. Some of these rounds have been real freaky. Let's see if this second pistol on Vertigo is going to be one of them. Tarek, he's trying to get the kill. He's got players body blocking him, and yet still they're able to manage. There's a world where the counter-terrorists are able to claw this back. Look at the health. Look at the health for Evil Geniuses. They actually end up killing 2 of the fuller HP bars. And yet still more chip damage done. Daps, nice headshot. He's going to rush the bomb plant, and Daps does it all.
Big movement. Wow, very clean. Jumping up on the box like that. Big Daddy Daps coming through with the USP. Doot doot. Who needs Scream? Look at this. Wonderful. Stops the bomb plant and the flick up. Yes.
Whew. Do him dirty, Daps. 3 USP headshot taps. It's a thing of beauty. And it's a good way for Gen.G to extend from the 1-round lead to the 2-round lead. Not to mention tons of momentum in terms of guns. Daps at bat yet again. Gonna be pressured off of construction. Wild spray down, but he's got Som there to cut off what's left of the tees, and that bolsters Daps' confidence. He's gonna trudge forward, and even despite Breeze's best efforts, as you put it best, Big Daddy Daps, 17 and 10.
17 and 10. Now we know why Gen.G play Vertigo so much, even though they suck at it.
Yeah.
Because Daps is calling, so he gets to do the vetoes. He's like, what?
Like,
we
oh,
love this
man.
map, guys. We love this map. Do you see me play on this map? We're great at it.
They all sigh in disappointment. Daps like, nah, you guys love this. Come on. You love running through smokes on A site 8 rounds in a row.
Eating spam back and forth. Creating tons of 50-50s throughout the rounds.
This one's going to slow down, though. No rush out of the gates. It is the eventual peek out mid from Tarek to find Daps. So somebody's going to have to cool him off. And that's that. Now, Breeze, he's in with the kill versus Kusta. That's towards the B site. So now everything's in question for Gen.G.
They have held mid for a bit, and they've got the rotate in. So now that they move on over, there's still a chance here.
Whoa, automatic. Nearly finding a spray down for a few of these kills, but he's just been blind the entire time, so it's hard to call who's actually here. Bomb, awkwardly, thrown forward behind the generators, but Breeze generates the last kill. And that's going to be 3 survivors for Evil Geniuses. So they spread out across the map. They get 2 picks, both in mid and B, and then they just follow through with the simple B take. It's looking good for EG early.
I've got another gripe now that you bring that up about how bombs fall. So the bomb always falls in the direction that you're facing and is kind of static about the way it falls, like jumps forward. And that's why bombs always fall into CP spawn on Dust 2. Why doesn't the bomb just drop where your body is or where you land?
Yeah, because that would make sense.
Right, it would make too much sense. Ethan, they get a tag on Ethan, so they know someone's very close. That was a very shallow flashbang that tags somebody. Gives them a bit of info, but they haven't really pushed up beyond any scary point. In fact, it's actually the T's that are aggressing heavily now. Wow, they're going for his execute. Yeah, Stan's not wasting any time whatsoever, yeah.
Oh, he saw the player towards short. I love the continuation spray down, but here comes Daps back in with another double. It's a man advantage for Evil Geniuses, but they're not rushing the issue now because they went peeking around for free. What?
Oh.
I was going to say, they're just going to slow this down, but Kusta, he has other ideas.
Up top, too, yeah. It's spotted by Stan. Oh, Kusta gets that kill first.
Ethan, in with one, just has to find Automatic. Automatic takes to the top of the box. He jumps back into the cover. That sniper needs to land his shot. And Ethan, through the box. Gets it done.
That was through the metal. That was through the metal. He had such little health, he actually one-tapped him through metal, I think. Or was it a box? I think it was a box and the metal behind it.
Let's see.
Let's see, yeah. Because... Oh, no, sorry. My eyes confused me. Okay, that makes more sense. He was very, very low on HP.
What a
Didn't see it
huge one
from-
versus one. That's a pivot
Didn't-
round.
Yeah, and we didn't see it from Tim's perspective. He missed a couple of shots there. Not sure how difficult they were, but it was close. Kusta made a very, very nice play.
Indeed. Yeah, running forward there, past the boost box. Kusta made a play so aggressively out of nowhere that it actually caught me by surprise. I was just thinking, okay, one elevator, one CT, let the smokes fade. Bomb's not planted yet, no need to retake. But Kusta had a better idea, and it damn near worked out. Now, just the pistols here in the 20th round, so not much to talk about for Gen.G, although Som seems to be making it work. Bomb's going to be planted. Look how much utility they've been able to keep as well. So this has been a near textbook anti-eco for Evil Geniuses. We are all tied up at 10 rounds apiece, and we're in the back third of this third map.
Now, with the current standings, this BO3 doesn't necessarily mean the world, but if you look at the last group, it does, because most of the standings are so tight to one match that like anything could mean that you're eliminated. You go from eliminated to like top of your group. So as it stands, they're probably like, oh, we're not going to eliminate it, but you could at some point, especially if this comes down to head-to-head or round differential, as the standings start to play out a bit more. And because the match is so close, you know, I'm just calling for kind of Gen.G to really pull out all the stops here, because it looks like Evil Geniuses is taking this half very seriously. CT side from Gen.G, it's not uninspired, but it does look a bit lackluster so far. Let's peek here. Automatic slows the other B player, Kusta. Great flashes into the B side, huh? Automatic completely neutralized. Kusta neutralized there.
Oh, but they haven't seen Daps. Oh, he's... Oh, no!
Should have let him go.
Should have just let him, right? Insult the injury. Daps. Oh, subconsciously wanted out of that gunfight. And that's why I just never jump on those railings, dude. Sometimes you're just a single step from death. So
if Cold Zera can do it, then none of us are better than it.
Yeah, nobody's safe.
Yeah, Tarek has had one hell of a glow up since map 1. Struggled really hard on map 1. 20 and 14 here on Vertigo. He's like, hey guys, see, we love Vertigo. Let's pick Vertigo more.
Talk to me about those flashbangs, though. God, did that ever look awful to try and hold against?
It's abusing the fact that the cover is so low now on the B site. Like they've shortened the boxes, they've removed boxes, they've shrunk the pillar. There's like, it's way more open. So even if you're not really peeking, you can still get blind from the flashes that go overhead. And Evil Geniuses have picked the perfect ones. I mean, if you didn't get the kill, he wouldn't have got 20. So
I would have loved to see, you know, I'm still waiting for somebody to fall off the map and get a kill on somebody who's still inside of it. You know, what if, like, because if I'm Daps and I fall off that map, you can bet your ass I'm just holding mouse 1 all the way down.
Yeah.
I'm taking you with me. Did you see that stupid Don Hassey kill yesterday?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I didn't think it. I've never seen anything like that.
I was just thinking that
was toxic. That was very toxic.
Yeah. Not even fair.
Oh, more Quake plays. Kusta, he's out. And yeah, Evil Geniuses love to go B, which I love to see. I love to see a lot of B takes. They've made a lot of presents, canceled, fall back, and it looks like Tarek has been tasked at finding the pushers, but there's no one here for the CD side that has gone and sought out information. 2 rifles remain here on Gen.G. Last smoke gets dropped. And Evil Geniuses can really do no wrong. Either side they commit to, they're a pretty good advantage. Oh, Daps. Oh, he's finally made his way back. But Breeze, he's going to try his hand at opping.
Why not? So far, so good. Ethan's going to clear Bentet off the bomb site, so Som's M4 with 40 HP is no longer looking very promising, but Timothy Ta comes in, drops Breeze, hot swap to the op, and if he had hit that, I would have made some sort of very loud noise, but he misses it in the end. So valiant effort. Som's going to go ahead and walk away with the M4. And this is Evil Geniuses, a 12-10 lead on Vertigo. A T side that's looking really good. Those incredible B flashbangs. I didn't want to be that player. And they can clearly change direction and still walk away with wins. So Gen.G, I mean, they need to answer back because this is starting to slip.
Agreed. And yeah, it's just the options you're saying. They can turn around and still win. They can win on B straight up. They can win on A straight up. And that's the most terrifying thing. At the very least, Gen.G should be able to establish that they can't win on a site. They have to split to get it. But Evil Geniuses so far haven't even shown us they need mid control to be able to take a site, which is damning for the map, damning for Gen.G on their CG side. And obviously, with things more expensive, they're more prone to saves, which means the comeback is a lot easier for Evil Geniuses to top it all off. So they're definitely in pole position. Look like they could take the map. And it could start right here with this next rifle rounds.
This is a big wallbang for Benta. He's even able to get back, but Breeze hot on his heels. 3 counter-terrorists on the other side of that one. So if Evil Geniuses felt like they really had to force the trade frag, then there's a world where they get cleaned away. Seems for now that things will settle down a bit.
Gotta love that Breeze doesn't overcommit. I mean, he recognizes how important it would be to get that trade, or more so tantalizing. Here's the push. Cirque's trying to get a slightly better position, but again, not overcommit. I'd really like this from EG. You know, it sucks to be in a 4v5, but it sucks worse to be in a 3v5. So to throw away a death like that would have been stupid.
Odds are Cirque's gonna crack one open. Misses the shot. Automatic over the box. And it looks like the defense are just going to let them have this. I mean, it's not really like they have a choice with all the smokes and whatnot, but Automatic decides not to go for the CT boost. Can sometimes be a great way to get vision over smoke and peel one off. But take note of these post plants. We actually have Breeze on the very slim railing. You know, one of those one and done positions?
Yeah.
He actually decides to give it up. He's going to possibly line up bodies here. So many CTs all peek into that one spot. Now they're just going to start flooding forward, flying forward. Stanislaw and Tarek, 2 versus 5. Tarek's able to get one, but he's lost his teammate. Bomb incredibly far gone. And unfortunately for Evil Geniuses, they just can't clear the board. That's going to be Gen.G within 1 round now.
Enormous round there from Automatic. I mean, he has to get 2 kills with that off. It's a 4v5, but the bomb put down. You take a look at the utility, and we saw Evil Geniuses still had a Molotov and still had a smoke left over. That could be it for Gen.G if they throw all their utility at the same time and can't get through. But they need Automatic to get the safe kills from back without committing people through the smoke to allow that to be possible, and he delivers. So, but once again, I just appreciate the discipline from Evil Geniuses to not throw away frags, specifically Breeze in that situation. That's some hell of a lot of molly damage done to Mr. Stanislaw.
Hot. Has to step across the coals. Oop, clearly Evil Genius is aware of the boost.
Come on.
But Daps is gonna slap him back, and there's the double.
Oh, man. He just taught Cirque a whole lesson there. That was nuts. Double dink. I mean, it wasn't even like a 1 AK headshot. Like, he had a double dink him, and Cirque couldn't even shoot. That's how quick Daps was. And I mean, Cirque's not slow.
I feel like calling out that sort of a boost is just that's the type of play that just reassures Daps. You know, he smiles to himself. He loves this map. So ready all the time. Breeze, empty-handed, just Stanislaw. Walking around the short side. A little bit of a gap to work with in the smoke, so that's interesting. But Som seems aware of it. No, not even. He just goes walking into his own death. Parades to his own funeral. That grenade just blew the defuse kit across the map.
Huh. Well, I guess there's one way to interact with it.
All right.
You can't shoot
12-12.
defuse kits, right? They don't move.
No, you can't shoot them by moving, but that grenade definitely just moved it, unless I am a madman.
Well, it would be really cool if you could shoot defuse kits to your teammates.
My coach could beat up yours. Zeus has a higher overall rating than Elma Putty, even if you only include games after he became a coach.
True. I mean, we all know the terror that Zeus brings to the server with his Mag 7, and I can't remember the gun that Elma Putty is famous for using. Luckily, they are coaches.
Yeah, this is true,
So.
and they don't have to play. But I am waiting, still, so happy for the day that it happens, where I'm a Pet is called in as a stand-in.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
He fears it. He has nightmares
Right.
about it. But it's gonna happen one day.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's just either you're a coach who was a pro before, or you are a coach now who was never a pro. But either way, you like don't play nearly as much. Oh,
Quick peek. This is a quick round. So enough about the coaches. Let's focus on the players. Clearly, they want a gunfight here on the A site, but nobody actually hyperextends from Gen.G. They peek and then quickly fall back, and we've seen this from them. Not trying to force the issue.
that 1 HE alone is all they really want from Gen.G. They clearly were like, okay, we'll fight this if no one's here, and then we'll take control of it. Daps has pushed mid off of all of this aggression as well. This is such a heads-up play by the top fragger of the game.
He shouldn't go further. Yeah, he has literally cleared everything other than the top of mid. And maybe some corners and spawn, but who would be where they buy guns?
CT's rotations are all freed up.
Yep. Allows him to actually move forward a little bit. Check to the left. There's somebody inside of the smoke. Breeze doesn't know. Bentek coming up big. He gets himself a second kill before Cirque puts an end to that. Man advantage still strong here for Gen.G. But Ethan, he gets closer to the site and the Molotov forces his feet backwards. Bomb is down on site. So things slow down for the moment. 30 seconds.
I know Daps is holding flank, but he's smarter to not overextend, of course, making a long-term rotation as Psalm is left here. And I don't know if any clues are going to be given if Cirque pops up on this. Oh, yeah, he spots him. But the ball
doesn't get the kill.
And he gets away.
Yep, Ethan, he's just taken tons of pummel damage through the boxes in and of itself. So Cirque, 1 versus 3 in the post plant, was unable to cut down Psalm, who then jumps up onto the wire of a wall, and that is Gen.G back in the lead. 13-12, it's only the 1 round advantage, but they're starting to piece together this CT side in a very same fashion as to what was going on in the first half.
All due to Daps. We saw that last rifle round where he killed Cirque and his friend at mid over top of the box. This round, since mid is vacant and he's feeling very confident, he pushes all the way into their spawn and catches them on their flank. And from there, they pretty much lose. So Daps has a little bit more fight in him, and it looks like he's being pervasive still. Now looking towards the B site to share some of his attention.
This position from Daps, as a B-site Vertigo player, it actually changes the world. Being able to peek off of the wall as opposed to just having to look over the edge. How many times would a quick T-rush just catch your face off? That can't happen anymore because you get a more vertical angle downwards. But they can still rush through you. And that seems to be what's happening. Daps, whoa! Unable to stop this one. That's actually a second frag off of Breeze. Has no business getting that far with as little as he had. So normalcy returns. Normalcy.
Normalcy. I think you could pronounce it like slightly.
Normality.
Yeah. Normality. Normalcy. I see. Yeah. I think you're safe either way. But the Daps. Okay, that's one of the. This is one of the situations where like, if they had better guns, that's a much scarier round. Like they could actually got away with that B play because Daps does damage but doesn't get a kill, and then they take that. Such an important checkpoint at the corner of the site because suddenly all of these new positions on B side are already compromised in an already hard to hold position, and everybody from the T's who are running up the ramp can literally run sideways and just fight people who are rotating in. So that opened things up, and that might make Evil Geniuses a bit curious as to what they could do at B once again. But Daps, I think, is just because of how he's playing is so critical to Gen.G. In these mid-round decisions. It's specifically where he positions himself that we need to pay attention to, because he seems to know where the attention needs to be given. So what's the move that Daps is going to make that'll change the game? Without him, they cannot beat EG. He's doing everything for Gen.G right now.
It seems like Gen.G as a team are currently hinged around him being that like responsive player. You know, they're not as well honed on this map particularly that anybody can do these sorts of tough jobs. It all comes down to Daps, but automatic, good 2-piece, and Bentet's gonna double up on ramp as well. Breeze coming in for the clutch. If not, it's Gen.G securing overtime. And Breeze, he has no idea his back is exposed to the player on the sandbags, but he does cut down Daps first, and Bentet, bro, he doesn't trade that, and now Breeze is on for the clutch. He
could you
even
imagine
has the bomb.
Could you imagine being as good as Bentet and not peeking that? I mean, I can't even just imagine being as good as Bentet, but like also being as good as Bentet and not peeking that. I don't know what kind of resolve this man has, but even with Breeze shooting dead into the site, he allowed him to escape just to make sure that he stayed alive in the 2v1.
Oh my god, and these are separate 1v1s, not to mention Ventet's low HP. Oh, Breeze on for the clutch. He was dead to rights when Bentet had his back turned. Kusta does come up from the B stairs already. There's a world where Breeze predicts this. Oh, but he turns just a moment too soon. Or rather, one of those times where you go to clear something and you just assume it is, but then almost looks away. The crosshair just floating in no man's land as Gen.G take the 15th. But that one, that's a full pucker for Gen.G because they almost screwed that up.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm like crediting Bentet for being patient, but at the same time, it actually made things even scarier. And I'm shocked because I feel like his first instinct is like, let me just own this kid because he doesn't know where I am. So I'm like, I feel like he's trying to make the best decision. But yeah, we'll let loose a little bit, I guess.
Slides through regardless. You know, in the hindsight, it's not going to actually have any impact on the game. So this round could. Looking to hammer it home. Looking to push Evil Geniuses down to the bottom of Group B. Both these teams records 0-1, losing their openers. And now, after the two maps exchanged back and forth, where we saw promise on each team's pick, 3 match points. Kusta toying with the corner here. But Breeze, yeah, nice position. He gets boosted up onto the wall, so never even needed the stairs, and Daps blinded by the flash and yet still able to hold back the first kill. Stanislaw is going to take some damage as Automatic gets that off into position. Again, these flashbangs are so consistent, but Automatic is more persistent because that off is connecting shots and they're just giving him the space. But that space is what allows Tarek to come into the trade frag, and it is still the man advantage up for Gen.G, but they've cooled off. They just hold back. They wait.
Entirely.
Bomb's going to be planted, and the CTs all coming in from the same direction. Tarek, he could line them up. So much damage done to Som, but there's Bentet in. Tarek, he's going to try to fall back into a different position. He wants cover. He wants a chance, and he's got it. It's Bentet left, and Tarek takes him. 13-15, 2 more to go.
God damn, that Turkish all-star, 25 kills. What a clutch by him. That was pretty crazy to watch, man. I mean, first of all, he destroys everybody in the site, but then you'd think he was in a pretty good spot at Generator, but moves to an even better one to make sure he can get 1 kill. So elusive this man was. So precise.
Really digging the jump up. The jump up on those orange boxes becoming my favorite thing on B.
Yeah. Wow, and that could be a game changer here for Evil Geniuses. Like, yes, Gen.G have figured out their CT side, but it's 2 rounds now. That's the difference. There's a lot of room for errors here. A lot of rooms for big individual plays like Tarek just made. Officially is anyone's game once again.
Bentet dodged the first flash. That's bomb. Tarek just offers them bomb. And Stanislaw, he's going to take a shot to the face, drop to 11 HP. Daps blind and yet still holding the line. Oh, they're making more mistakes as Cirque's caught flying inwards. 2 versus 2 yet once more. At least they got here. Evil Geniuses, it's sloppy and it's costly because look at the health that remains. But at least they've got another post plant to try and hang on to. Automatics coming in from the back line, Som the forefront. Both of these CTs equipped with a smoke of their own, but that single flash has been thrown. And Automatic, he's hunting, he sees the back, and now down to just 11 health. Stanislaus, he knows he's compromised, he knows he's moved, and this is it. It's Gen.G with the win. It took a lot of rounds on Vertigo, but they find their 16th.
That's a huge win for their Vita.